This video is brought to you by my $5 or more sponsor patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. Today we have Identitech, Andreas Glazel, Laura G. Sanderson, Steve Aldersley, Anthony Coleman, Ray Schuster, who has upped his pledge, I believe, David Dockery, and Kurt David. Thank you all so much for supporting me, the channel, and sponsoring this video. Hope you like it. Shameless plug. My book should be available for paperback quite soon. I'll have the link in the description if you want to buy it on paperback. It's available on Kindle as well. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, it has been a week since Outside. I kind of sprung it on you guys out of nowhere. I decided to randomly just add Outside in the next day to my list. So today we're doing the next day. Yeah, Outside, what a wild album. That was crazy. I like it. I don't know how often I'll go back to it, at least as a full album. I'll probably listen to a song here or there when I feel like it, but crazy. A lot of intention to it, a lot of very articulate detailing work. Quite good. That's how I feel anyway. If you guys haven't been noticing, I've been doing these streams that have been quite entertaining. I've done 3 so far, and I'll hopefully be doing another today. If this comes out on a Monday, usually I try to get these reactions out by Monday. I will have either done a stream before this one or after. I'm not sure yet. It all depends on how the day goes. But we've done 3 of these streams where we create a best of years playlist. These have been really fun. We've done how many hours now? About 5 hours worth, where I just make this playlist. We started at 1950 and we're going up through 2020, and we have to pick any of these categories, which makes sense. Best, most influential, seminal, which is influential, forward-thinking, progressive, just basically any songs that were highlights of the year and or moved music forward or genres forward. And it's been a lot of fun because there's been a lot of arguing, and it's a really weird list. I'll put the link to the playlist in the description as well. I think we're up to 91. In the last stream I left off at, everyone was arguing about whether or not to do My Bloody Valentine or Nirvana as the pick. So a lot of fun. If you guys want to join those streams, I've been doing them a little more frequently just because they're fun. And I also want to get caught up to 2020. And then once we're all caught up, we're going to do another stream where we kind of iron out all the kinks, because there's a lot of things that people disagree with, and we're just kind of doing like a first draft right now. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Those are a lot of fun. And I'd also like to start just doing like 1 stream a week or 2 streams a month kind of a thing every other week. Just on like a Monday, maybe like after the video comes out or before the video comes out, just to hang out with you guys, encourage the community to grow, because I have a lot of fun with you guys. I think this channel is growing into something really nice. It's slow going, but it's like slowly getting subscribers, slowly getting patrons, and it's really, really nice. But I'm also trying to kind of temper myself because I still work a full-time job. I'm still trying to write novels, still making my own music, so I don't want to, never see my family again, basically. Also, I have a new chair and a new desk, so my recording arrangement here is a little different, so my mic has to be on this side, so I might bump it every now and again, just because I'm not used to it being right here, so I apologize. So, the next day. I wasn't planning on doing this one. It's a 53-minute album, art rock. I have no idea what kind of album this is. Obviously, the cover, very interesting. What is the connection to Heroes here? Because obviously it's the Heroes cover. Heroes is blotted out, and over Bowie's face we have this really cheesy, cheap MS Paint looking job of The Next Day. So it's a very, for someone with as much clout as Bowie has, this is a bizarre album cover, to say the least. But it's all the more intriguing because of it. So this was his most recent album since 2003's Reality. So he hadn't done anything for a decade, and people thought he had retired. But he came back with this, and it's his penultimate album, his 24th. What a guy! What a guy! Yeah, kind of mixed reviews to some degree. Anywhere from 5 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. Um, and I just don't know what this is going to sound like. Since it's kind of long, I think we should just get started. Yeah, nothing really else to say here. Let's just begin. We have 14 tracks. They're all about 3 to 4 minutes long. Nothing really short. So let's go. The Next Day. Hmm. I don't know what to make of that. It it doesn't quite have its own personality yet, but I'm kind of getting a taste of where Bowie is at this point. Um, because in 2013 he was 66, so he was quite old now. Um, it doesn't really have any kind of like specific genre flair to it at the moment. But there's a little bit of like pedigree to it. You can kind of sense it there. Dirty Boys. Tom Waits.
Something like tobacco rolled by a feather hat. I will steal a cricket bat when the sun goes down and the die is cast. When the die is cast, we will run with dirty boys.
Definitely kind of a Tom Waits flair on that one. You know, I try to say this carefully. I don't want it to come across the wrong way. I'm not expecting this album to be great. I'm just expecting it to be solid. You know, um, because it's kind of a comeback album. It's not talked about a bunch, but it just kind of seems to be seen as just a solid rock album without anything too crazy or, mind blowing about it, which is fine. I'm more listening to this to kind of see where Bowie is at in 2013 rather than to hear music, you know? That's pretty much all. The Stars Are Out Tonight. This is kind of a single, um, alt rock, alternative rock. What do we got?
Dead ones and the living, we live closer to the earth. Stars are never sleeping, they're waiting to make their moves. But the stars are out tonight. Here they are upon the stairs, sexless and unaroused. The stars are out tonight.
Hmm. Um, it's interesting because there's still Bowie here, but it definitely has like a 21st century flair to it. Um, Interesting. I like that one. That was solid. Love is Lost. We got some little bit of psych, a little bit of folk here, gothic here. What's this?
It's the darkest hour. You're 22. The voice of youth. Love is lost. Lost is love. Say goodbye to the thrills of life where love was good. You know so much, it's making you cry. You refuse to talk. Oh, what have you done? Oh, what have you done?
I didn't do anything. I didn't like it quite as much as The Stars Are Out Tonight, but it does have personality. These last couple have had, I think, more person. Well, the opening track was a little just kind of like straightforward rock, but the last three have had some personality of their own. The album is actually setting a tone, which is kind of surprising. I wasn't really expecting it to. But it is Bowie. It is Bowie. Okay, where are we now? Just an art rock track. It's another single, though. It's the first single. What do we got?
Had to get the train. You never knew that I could do that. Where are we now? Where are we now? You know. As long as there's rain, as long as there's me.
These are solid tracks, and they're not boring, which is like all I was asking for, you know? Valentine's Day. We're just going to keep trucking. Like I said, it's a long album. Nothing specific to say as of right now. So let's just keep going. Valentine's Day.
Valentine told me who's to go. His tiny face, it's in his scrawny hand. Got something to say. It's Valentine's Day. If all the world were under his heat. Valentine, Valentine, good to go. Valentine, Valentine.
This is definitely an interesting precursor to Black Star. I should probably say now I've heard the tracks Black Star, and I can't give everything away, so I'm kind of familiar with what Black Star is going to hold as an album. This album so far has been a really interesting statement, I think, musically. Like I said, it's not really rocking the boat, but it's really accessible. Like, these are pretty accessible songs. In a way, they're pretty simple, but the production is like great. Of course, we got Visconti on the scene here. Like really thick, kind of crunchy in a way. It's good. It's good. If You Can See Me.
If you can see me, I can see you. I could wear your new blue shoes.
That song was like a continuous climax until the very end. That was cool. Not quite, I don't prefer it over other ones, I don't think, but it was still a cool song. All right, well, we haven't really had any duds so far. I'd say maybe Dirty Boys is my least favorite, but it wasn't bad or anything. Let us continue. We have I'd Rather Be High.
Brilliant and naked, just the way that authors look. I'd rather be high. I'd rather be dead or out of my head. The training, rather be high. At 17, my looks can prove it. I'd rather be
Apparently goes right into the next one. Um, it was fine. I probably liked it as much as Dirty Boys. It wasn't really a highlight for me. Felt a little meandering, I guess, but fine. It was fine. Boss of Me.
Tell me when you're sad, you fly through the night. The tears on your lips. Who'd have ever dreamed that a small town girl like you would be the boss of me?
Like the guitars are so good on this. Like the sound of the guitars are like really chunky. I like it. Even if the songs aren't like intense or thick, it's just that the guitar tone is really good. I like that one actually. Not I liked it a little more than I'd Rather Be High. It's not really a favorite. Favorites so far are probably The Stars Are Out Tonight. Where Are We Now? Maybe Valentine's Day. I don't know. Let's keep going. We are about, well, we're a little over halfway through. Dancing Out in Space. Dun, 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 dun.
Cutting through the water, hand upon the ghost. Dancing face to face, something like a drowning. No one here can see you. Dancing face to face. Dancing face to face.
I like that one, actually. Kind of had a really kind of dreamy vibe to it, but it still had that sort of Bowie spice to it, you know? Um, he's never really made music you can fully zone out to. There's always some kind of like friction in his music, I guess you could say. Good. Okay. How does the grass grow? Let's find out.
There's a graveyard by the station where the girls wear vinyl skirts and sandals with blood, and the grass will be green. You can remember the day they were so great, so.
How about that? How about that? Again, another like standout track. They're not really running together or anything like that. I got some. I'm getting like some station to station mixed with low and heroes. Like this feels like a lot of the Berlin trilogy stuff. Like when I say Berlin trilogy, I'm really referring to station up through heroes, not low through Lodger. Because Lodger is a weird anomaly, and it just doesn't make sense to put it in the Berlin trilogy. But like Station Low and Heroes, I'm getting a lot of callbacks to that, and maybe that's part of why the Heroes album was chosen as like the mock-up. I know it says on Wikipedia here, designed by Jonathan Barnbrook, who also designed packaging for Heathen and Reality and Black Star. The obscuring of the photograph connotes forgetting or obliterating the past. He explained, if you're going to subvert an album by David Bowie, there are many to choose from, but this is one of his most revered. It had to be an image that would really jar if it were subverted in some way. We thought Heroes worked best on all accounts. Best on all accounts. So, but yeah, I'm getting some vibes from Heroes on it. But it's interesting because it feels like a culmination of that kind of era of Bowie, but it's still very accessible. Like this is a very accessible 2013 era album for people in 2013, I think. Good, good. We have 3 tracks left, guys. You Will Set the World on Fire.
Midnight in the village, see the lights of candles from bitter end to gaslight. Oh, you will set the world, babe, you will set the world on fire. On fire. You will set it on fire. Van Ronk says to Bobby, she's the next real thing. Crowds still a hellflight.
Horrible. No. Again, another straightforward song. I don't like it quite as much as some of the other ones so far, but still, we're on this solid streak. Pretty good stuff all around. Penultimate track. You feel so lonely you could die.
No one ever saw you moving through the dark. Lovers thrown in airless rooms, then vile reward. When you're talking in the dark, I bet you feel so lonely you could die. I can feel you falling. I hear you moaning in your room. You feel so lonely you could die.
Barring the like some of the Berlin albums with the the last half or the side 2 being more ambient, kind of post rocky, instrumentals. Whenever he does a straightforward album, I always feel like the last chunk before the final track is my least favorite. Like I remember that being the case on, I think it was Scary Monsters, right? Where there's like 2 tracks near the end of the album where I'm just like, and that's kind of how I felt about You Will Set the World on Fire and this one, where it's just like, these are kind of just my least favorite. They just don't really pack a punch for me. And I'm not even saying they're bad. I don't know, maybe it's album fatigue. That might be part of it. I don't know. But time and time again, those are the ones I just don't ever really come back to all that much. I don't really think it's a statement on the songs themselves so much as just me. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys feel the same way. Last track. Heat. Directed by Michael Mann.
songs of dust, the world would end. I don't know who I am, and I tell myself
This feels like an outside track.
father and the prison wall. That's not the truth. My father and the prison. I am a liar. My father and the prison.
Wow, what a terrible album. No. Yeah, that had like a had an outside vibe, and that's a really interesting bridge to Black Star as well, actually. Because this album, like, I like that idea of forgetting or obliterating the past, because in a way, this is a transition. This definitely felt like a transition. Like, we had some kind of like light moments and some nice, almost sweet moments too. We had good rocky moments, but then like the album kind of descended into what culminated with Heat. And it felt kind of dour, and it's like, what could possibly be next? And people weren't ready for what was next. That's for certain, but good. I don't know how it rates. This is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to have to like rate my favorite albums, Bowie albums, right? Once I do Black Star, I should do a separate standalone video of like what I would rank what I've heard. But yeah, pretty good. There's some songs in here that I might actually come back to just as songs. They're pleasant. They're good. This is very accessible. Probably one of the most accessible Bowie albums so far, I think. Good. Thank you guys for convincing me to listen to this, because this was worthwhile. So yeah, Black Star is next. I want to tell everyone that I'm sorry that there are some that I'm not getting to in this spree. There are some I will come back to. I'm going to do Diamond Dogs, that's for certain. I'll probably do Young Americans. What's the other one? Let's Dance, maybe, is a good option. Heathens. I don't remember which one it is. Heathens. Reality looks like a really bizarre one too. But at least about 3 or 4 albums I'm going to be coming back to. And someone also mentioned, whenever I do these band sprees or these artist sprees, I should try to break them up, because I think that a lot of my fans, I don't want to say my fans, I don't have fans, I don't think. A lot of my subscribers, my viewers, people who watch these reactions, they're really tired of Bowie. And in a way I am too. Like I'm not tired of him, I'm just ready to be done. I'm ready to move on to something different, because all I've reacted to has been Bowie since February. I've been doing Bowie for about three-ish months now. So I'm 2 to 3 months by the end of this whole thing. So I'm ready to be done. But they mentioned maybe you should just break up your sprees if they're kind of long. Like every 3 to 4 albums, do like a poll album, or one that I want to do just out of the blue. And I'm like, that's a good point. Keep it fresh. It'll take longer to get through things, but it won't be as monotonous or as much of like a commitment, I guess. So I think that's what we'll do going forward. But Black Star is next. After that, I'll take a small break. I might do some streams during that break, but I'll probably take a week or 2 weeks off, just because I've been doing a lot of work. Just want to kind of take it easy for a bit. And then we'll come back with a Patreon poll. If you want to be able to vote in those, it's where I pick 4 albums, and you guys vote over the course of a week about which one I'll do. But you have to be a patron to vote in it. Only $1 a month is all you need. Link will be in the description for my Patreon. So yeah, Black Star next week. Stay tuned for the streams as well. We're going to finish up that highlights of the years, best of years playlist. We're going to get it done. But no, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later. Godspeed.